Business Wisdom Wednesdays here at the amazing, beautiful, and elegant, all in the same place, man. Talk about Hill Prince here on 8th Street, historical 8th Street, with Chef Rock.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you. But you got a whole slew of professional chefs sitting all around you, right?
Yeah.
I know you feel that on your shoulders because when you walk in the room, you're not just you coming in that room, you have a history. Tell us a little bit about that history in this food space.
Well, I'm grateful for everybody being in this space because, you know, when I think about my grandparents, Esther and Delmas Harris in Tappahannock, Virginia, they provided space, right? Not as entrepreneur, or not for entrepreneurs, I should say, but for members of the community, right? And really fought for us, for our freedom, for our collective freedom. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do it in my way, to provide space, you know, for folks like you and the generation coming behind us, you know, in our way in 2024. So I got a little bit of history. I tried to keep up. You know, I try to talk to my grandmother and see if she's proud of me. But yeah, this is what I feel like I'm called to do.
Called to do. And that's real because even Harriet Tubman said that she could literally help a lot more people be free if they knew they were slaves. But we're in a process now where lots of people want to be chefs. A lot of people want to get in this game, but they don't have a clue what this food game is.
Yeah.
Give us a peek behind that, into that kitchen, brother.
Well, man, you know, this is going to be quick, but you know, we got to sit down for a minute, Slim. I think that, you know, it's been a learning process for me for almost 30 years, right? So I think they wanted, you know, for me, understanding, I went to a white school in Johnson and Wales, one of the best culinary schools in the world, I think. But the lens was very European, and it was provided for me, right? So the idea of what success looked like was a European lens. So whether that be, you know, working in someone else's kitchen, getting Michelin stars, or James Beard Foundation Award wins, that was the determination of success, being reviewed by the Washington Post, New York Times, LA Times, all that jazz. So that's what I was striving for, being a millionaire, being a billionaire, really shrunk that into that lens. That's a very Western mindset. And what I've learned, what I've come to unlearn and relearn is that, you know, I care about the liberation. Let me frame it this way. I'm concerned with the freedom of Black people, right? And how we can become more free. You just talked about, you know, Harriet Tubman.
Yep.
So for me, being a chef in a kitchen understands, like, how can I get to, first of all, determining a different type of success, right? Yep. And then how...
I hope people heard that.
Yeah.
You had to change that mindset to realize it wasn't about their bank, but you was already rich.
For sure.
With this skill set. And you had to bring this skill set into a doing which is resonated through your business.
Absolutely.
Come on, give us some more.
Yeah, so in the kitchen, I think that, you know, we can have all of those things. We can be great, and I'm not saying that we can't be Michelin star rated and James Beard and all that jazz and Pellegrino, 50 best. But also, I think that we really have to, for me, it was a different framing, understanding what my success has to look like. It cannot look like my European counterparts. Not for no other reason other than the world doesn't work that way.
Nope.
So what I'm saying, all that, keeping it short is, I've just had to reframe what success looks like for me. I can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I can make a ton of money. I've made some
money.
money.
You want to go to sleep at night.
I want to go to sleep and I feel good. Exactly. How does this help us?
Yes.
And how do I feed her? And then listen, look, aside from that, it better taste good.
Yeah, better?
Yeah, so
we're gonna be the first one to say
we need some flavor.
It ain't hidden.
Right.
No flavor.
So
now,
yeah.
That flavor a lot of times is been gentrified out of our businesses. How do you deal with that?
I think that, you know, one of the things that I just watched a movie with my son the other day. I watched 2 movies.
Are you a father too?
I'm a father.
Oh my
I have
goodness.
3 children.
On, man. Come on.
I have children. I watched 2 movies this past weekend with my son. One was A Wild Robot and the other was Transformers 1.
Okay.
And without going into detail in both of those movies, in Transformers 1, the Autobots, the slaves, were mining this energy, and they met with an ancestor, right?
Yeah.
And the ancestor, I promise you, I had chills in the theater.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to school my 14-year-old son. And he said, listen, they said the guy who took over, who was like Django, or not Django, the sellout dude in Django. he was enslaving his own people,
right.
But he said the ancestors said, everything that you have is already within you. Like, stop looking to that system.
Yeah.
You got the power, and it can flow. And they gave him the piece, but it was already there.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the wild robot. The wild robot was interesting because the people it said basically you can be whatever you want to be. You just got to understand what's within you.
Yeah.
And what has been my journey, when you talk about gentrification, I think about our fried chicken at Queen Mother's, right? And we look at white guys, I look at some of these hot chicken places down in Tennessee that have yanked away from Prince's, that have yanked away from I forget the other joint. Bolton's is the other joint. And what we like, oh damn, they got 7-12 restaurants. Slim, they can't do what I do.
Nope.
And what we have to understand is, where is the prize?
Yeah.
And we have to equate, like, what is the real goal? And once we get off of that plane, and once we understand that the genius that is within us, literally, not in a figurative sense, it cannot be duplicated by you, because you ain't been through what I've been through. That paprika that I put in there, it's not your paprika.
No, it isn't.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one quick point.
Come on.
I'm preaching now,
No,
Slim.
come on now.
Listen,
Come on.
I'm gonna give you one quick point, and all of y'all gonna resonate with
Come
this.
on.
The USDA, I believe, releases this thing, and they do it to fire black folks up every year, where they say, you don't need to wash your chicken. Hold up. Hold, right.
Oh, yeah. See, black folks are
yes. Now, I understand food science. I taught at a collegiate level.
Yes, you did.
From a scientific standpoint, they are not wrong. Actually, salmonella is spread scientifically more rapidly when you wash your chicken.
Yes. But,
however, what they don't understand is, I just got chills.
Yes.
This is what I try to tell all black chefs, and it's not just black. I'm concerned with black because that's me.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But I've dealt with, I grew up Muslim.
Yes.
What I've dealt with, our Southern American brothers and sisters. People all across this planet wash ground beef, chicken, they wash meats.
Yes.
What you don't understand is the vibration and what you're channeling when you're washing with vinegar or lime or lemon juice.
Yes.
What was your grandmama humming when she was washing that chicken?
Right. She was humming.
So what I'm saying is that is an ingredient that can't be duplicated by no colonizer that's trying to take my recipe.
Nope, not at all.
So what I tell people is, don't worry about them.
Yes.
Serve us as you have done.
Yes.
Serve us, and we can serve beyond. Like, we're in a place right now where all sorts of people come through.
Yep.
But I'm going to do me.
Yes.
And understand that my genius is my genius. And it can't be duplicated or, for that matter, colonized in its truest form.
Yes. With that truest form.
Yeah.
Our ancestors a lot of time watched us not get that. That what is who we are is within us, and it's innate a part of us. We wash ourness off. We wash our niggerness, or whatever we want to call. We wash it off trying to fit into an environment that doesn't respect the essence of who we are. As a certified, trained, not just chef, but business owner, right? When it comes to business, you have discovered that it's not only about the profit, but also about the process. Because if the process is correct, profit will come. What are some things, as our business owners are watching, that you have realized that you have to do it? You all talked about preparing our chicken, but how do we prepare our business to make sure that profit resonates into growing back and reinvesting back in our communities?
I want to offer a slight different direction in what you said, in the sense that I want to say profit may come, depending upon what you're selling.
Okay.
Right? And it's very important.
Yes, okay.
Because Dr. Martin Luther King, from what I understand, he died broke. Right? If he was alive today and was a motivational speaker, he'd be $100 millionaire.
Yeah.
Malcolm X died broke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stokely Carter. I can go down the list.
Yeah.
So depends on what you're selling and how you sell it.
Okay.
Depends on what your determination is of success. However, let's just say we playing in the business world.
In the business world,
we have to. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
come on.
Right? So Roland Martin always says, if you ain't having a money conversation, you're not having an American conversation.
Got it.
So what oftentimes, it's not just black folks, but we can cook like no one else can cook. And we think that because we have so much flavor in more ways than one, metaphorically and literally, that profit will come. And that's not the truth. Some of the best chefs that I've ever worked for have been the worst businessmen, right? Black guys. Some of the best businessmen have been some of the worst cooks.
Right.
And I ain't gonna say,
Right.
they look all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
You need to
keep going.
stop. She gave you the tea.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
Fine. I'll be done in 30 seconds.
Okay, go ahead. I got
So-
one more question though, but go ahead.
I think what we have to do is both. It's both and.
Okay.
You got to. I think that the reason why we'll win is because you have to we have to cook with what's in us, and no one can cook like us because it's in our DNA. And it's not. It's simple to us. It's really simple when you tell it to someone who cannot cook. And I have this happen all the time. They have no idea. Well, why would you add the salt at this point? Why can't you just throw it in the curry at the end?
Yeah.
Like Slim, it don't work like that.
No.
And so that's in our DNA.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can't replace that. But however, to make money, you have to understand business. If you want to play in the business game, you have to understand business and how to make a profit. I had my accountant, real quick story. I had my accountant tell me one time, I wanted to do this joint over by Union Market. They have this they have this building, and he said, here's how many chicken sandwiches you got to sell, Rock. He did the numbers. He said, you got to sell like 400 chicken sandwiches a day. He said, Slim, you can't sell that many, right? So it's not about emotion. It's not about, I cook the best chicken.
Right.
It's about numbers and how many people are in this area, how many people will buy your sandwich, how much it costs to acquire a customer, all of that jazz.
Right.
And can you make a profit?
Can you make a profit?
It's not emotional.
Now, I'm going to ask last question
Yeah.
because we got a lot of businesses here. A lot of times we do business in our community, but a lot of times our community don't do business with our businesses. Let me say that again. I want to ask you, how do you feel trying your best to be in a community of color and realizing that a lot of times the people of color won't do business with your business?
Well, brother Furard Tate,
Bring it on, brother. Bring it on.
what we have to do, I believe, there's so much with that.
Yeah.
So I sell fried chicken sandwiches that are $15 a sandwich,
Yes.
right? My mother grew up eating chicken sandwiches in the Jim Crow era that probably cost a dime. Fried chicken is very special to us.
Yes.
So when some black people walk into my restaurant and they say, what's this Negro doing? Right?
Yeah.
Here's where we could sort of understand business a little better.
Okay.
Two things about that. So my business in National Landing, where Amazon's headquarters is Booz Allen. I understand the median income, the Bamas in the middle make $180,000.
Yeah, that's all.
Right? In the middle. So $19, $20 for lunch.
It's average.
It's average.
Yes, sir.
It's expected.
Yes.
So what I bring, however, is not just the fried chicken. I bring a commitment to culture, community, and care.
Yes.
So we have a level of service. We have our products. The chicken is organic, almost organic. The buns are fresh baked.
Mm-hmm. And the duck fat.
And the duck fat.
Yes.
I got that little, I picked up a little European influence.
Yes.
My African self. So what I'm getting at is I understand my customer.
Yes.
So it's not even an emotional thing. Mm-hmm. What happens is what I see with black businesses and black environments twofold. I think sometimes we got to understand us. Like, stop trying to sell. I'm not going to go into a neighborhood, right, where I understand my people and tell them I got a $15 sandwich or 20. I understand. I grew up in public housing. Right. My mother's not spending $20 on us.
She love you though.
Right. $20 gonna feed the whole family.
That's right.
So all of y'all, and that might be once a week.
Yeah.
We used to go to the Grand Round from Alexandria. We used to go to, that was a treat.
Yes.
We used to sit on the, you pay your weight or your age. And she used to tell us a lie about her age.
I love it.
I know us.
How to feed us. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what black folks, I don't say need to do, what I think would help us in our business is twofold, is understanding us and then understanding that our product might not necessarily land in that neighborhood.
Got it.
That's the first side. The flip side of that is you understand your people, right? It happens in a bunch of cultures, Middle Eastern culture, Latin culture. Understand your people. You know the language. Don't get mad when black folks checking you on something. Black sisters come in a Queen Mother all the time. What color? I have older black women tell me this all the time.
Come on.
What color is the potato salad, baby?
Oh. Is it?
I say, I don't get offended. I know what she's asking. Yeah. Do you put mustard in yours potato salad? I don't get mad at that.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
$5, $6. So stand by your product. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Now, the second part of that is, as customers, right? We gotta, I want customers to educate themselves. So I worked at B. Smith's for many years.
Elegant B. Smith's.
Fine dining restaurant.
Yes.
So B. Smith's was an eye-opener to me, especially with my relationships with black people. So when we had this thing, this is a quick example. I'm sorry, sister, I keep telling you.
No, it's okay, yes.
We had white Zinfandel and red Zinfandel on the menu, right?
Okay.
I never forget this. I'm a chef. But often, so black people, what kind of Zinfandel did a lot of sisters order, stereotypical? Say it again?
Yeah, give me that color.
The pink one.
Yeah.
The pink one.
Yes.
But what is that called on the wine list? White. So what would happen is that a lot of black people would order, they would say red or white to the server, and the server would say, let me get a Zinfandel. They say, let me have a red one.
Yeah.
The red will come out, it's dry, tannic, tart.
Right.
Nah, baby, that ain't it.
Right.
And the servers will get upset.
Right. That's what you asked for.
Slim, you got to understand your people. So I grew up around a rack of dope boys.
Got it.
And they would come and bring their first dates or their first time into my restaurant.
Yeah.
And I would school them on what wine was and would find, Slim, we ain't drinking E&J no more.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right?
Not at all.
And they good with it. They got the money.
Right.
They will buy Hennessy Paradis. They will buy Remy XO.
Yes.
They got the money.
Yes.
What's the tip? Many of my cousins, they ain't know $5 was good. No, Slim. You spent $300.
Right, yes.
You need to tip more than that. So what I'm getting at here is that from both sides, we gotta understand community is not like a I know and you know.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna offend you and tell you should know what a varietal of a Moscato is. I'm not gonna offend you.
Got it.
I'm gonna try to educate you gracefully.
Yeah.
That's what B. Smith was about. She was about grace. So my point in saying that is, when you love somebody, I love you.
Yes.
So if you come in and you don't know something about chicken, I'm not gonna say, you don't know nothing about chicken. I'm gonna say, well, check this out, brother.
Yeah.
Maybe this is an option right here, and we have this. And, it's just grace and care. So I think that black people, stuff that I see online, we gotta educate one another from both sides.
Yes.
Shout out to my Caribbean people. Y'all gotta be a little nice in the Jamaican joints.
You don't know?
Or
your OT?
Or You got to understand that's the culture. We've saying that's the culture. We accept it. They're gonna be rude as shit when they come up in there.
Yeah.
This is my family, right? This is my Jamaican family. I'm sorry, not TNT, not TNT. Right. So what I'm saying is that the core of that is that when you love someone, and there are different levels of love. When you love someone, you are kind. Yeah. You are graceful. When your grandmother, when you came into her kitchen, or whoever loved you and cooked for you, they weren't mean to you. Right. When you didn't, that's nasty. Right. No, baby, we don't say that. I don't care for this. Yeah. May I have some more? No, thank you. Yeah. So treat your guests the same way that your grandmama would treat you, and it will grow a little better together.
I love it. Treat your guests, man, like grandma treated you. I'm here at Hill Prince. For those who want to come here and wanted to experience not only amazing cocktails, but also an amazing chicken sandwich, how do we reach you and how do we sit and be served here at Hill Prince?
Hill Prince Bar on Instagram, hillprince.com on the web. Either one of those will get you right to us. We're at 1337 H Street in Northeast in the historic H Street corridor. My man's old stomping grounds.
My neighborhood. Still is. Still
blessed
is.
to be here. I'm still a visitor, and I understand that I'm a visitor trying to be a part of the community. So come on down to Hill Prince. We're right next to Atlas Theater. So yeah,
and your
just
social
come on
media
down.
handle, brother?
Hill Prince Bar, at Hill Prince Bar on Instagram.
Thank you. Business Wisdom Wednesdays, bringing you the best of our businesses directly to you. Stay connected and stay in love. Thank you.
Thank you, man. You got me high, Slim. Appreciate it. Yes.
All right.
That was